On this 8th day of Vlogmas, what does Sandy Mom have for you? You spending in ansiedad principal Piacilitas Bethlehem vicinu clad Tua preculai cadra Sarcisnina yun Cadebesutes Tavudelo Mumsud. Well, the good thing about that is I made a mistake in some of the words, and you don't know it. But I'll sing the traditional one that I sing every year on every Vlogmas day. Ac eglite, six geista tu ganese. And believe it or not, in that other vlog, I think I said in the vlog after that, where I learned the second line, I already forgot the second line. But, like I say, it doesn't matter, because as long as I try to keep it in the melody, you won't know I screwed up. But I did. I tell the truth. So, I did in the first song and the last line. Actually, it was just one word. One word I screwed up. But anyhow, it still gives me the feels, the nice, warm, fuzzy feels of days gone by. So, I had all these ideas. I always get these ideas when I get a little burst of energy. I don't really know if there's a certain time of day, and there's no rhyme or reason, I think. Even about, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, I was going to actually do 2 Sandy Sweets. I was just so pumped and ready to go and everything. Then I actually laid down and I actually fell asleep, and I felt worse. Because I fall in this deep sleep, and I think it's because the heat, constant heat of my body with the chills, it's just working my body like as if you're working out 24/7. When I finally can shut it down, I'm totally so asleep. Polly's banging at my door, trying to wake me up. And, I'm just in such a deep sleep. It's scary, because I'm wondering, luckily and this is just recently now, I get a little sleep, because if I got a full night's sleep, I don't know, would I ever even wake up? Who knows what's happening to my body while I'm sleeping, because I know once I'm up, I can't even breathe. It's so hot. I turn on I have this little tiny fan that's breaking and breaking and breaking. I'm just praying and praying it doesn't. But anyhow, so Polly, who is my, well, I could say he's my voice of reason too, but he's my information station. So he was telling me about, what was it? Oh, well, what I thought he was telling me was, because I had just gotten, up, and I didn't sleep that long. Oh my gosh, what was it? 2.5 hours. I mean, that is long for me, but still not long. And to be in such a sleep that I was, just, I don't know, just so tired. And then when I came to the kitchen after we had dinner, I dozed off, because it just seems the more I sleep, the more tired I am. Doesn't make sense. So I'm thinking when I'm asleep, I don't know, and my body's burning more. Just as I explained in that other video, it's, it's so hot, so it's using up all my energy. And the chills also. Did I say today's the 8th day of Vlogmas? Holly, did I say the 8th day?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyhow, so I'm like in that fog. And Polly's telling me this, that, and another thing. Was it on the news? Don't say what it is yet.
Yeah.
But the news wasn't on yet. Oh yeah, it was. Never mind. This way, on the news, we have news like 4 o'clock news, 5 o'clock news, 6 o'clock news, noon news. Oh yeah, and News Central. Why? It's all bad. Maybe that's why they put more opportunities to watch the news, because they found people weren't not watching the news. Anyhow, what I thought Polly had said do you know who they picked for the sexiest man alive? And of course, right away, I said George Clooney. Of course, I mean, we all know it. He is. There's no one else. Never will be. That's it. He said, no. Then I said, and no offense to you if you like this guy. I said, don't tell me it's the sleepy guy in the big white house. He says, no. And all this time, as I'm guessing, and he's, saying no, he doesn't know I'm thinking the sexiest guy. Did I say alive? I don't know, whatever I just said. He says, but he is the president of something. So I'm thinking, a Rotary Club, a school board, I'm just thinking that. It's a president of, like, what? Who has presidents of, I don't know. Usually in companies there's CEOs and I don't know, I used to know all those C things. So I'm thinking and thinking, and Polly likes to tell you. That's one thing about Polly. He just spills it. And I'm like, don't tell me. I keep saying, don't tell me, don't tell me. Like some people, they don't mind, like, tell me. I like to guess. Like, don't tell me, don't, stop, don't tell me more hints, because I was afraid to give it away by an easy hint. So I'm guessing, and then finally, he says, I don't know, I don't think I can say the name, but the two countries that are, going at it. Not the one, not the red country, the other one, the one on the defense. That president. And I'm like, what? Who decides who the sexiest man alive is, or the sexiest man of the year? That's ridiculous. And he said, no, it was the, what was it, Polly?
Person of the year.
The person of the year. Now, I always remember hearing, because, toward the end of the year, they picked the sexiest man alive. And I know George Clooney was for several years, I believe. So that, he said one thing and my brain heard another thing. So it was so funny. And then I'm like, yeah, I'd say so. Because he's talked about so much this year, right? So he would be the person of the year, because the person of the year doesn't mean he's anything special, or he's good looking, or he's got a big bank account, or big feet, or big hands, or whatever. It just means the person that's, like, more in the news, so to say. So it makes sense. Okay, that made sense to me. It's so funny. Here I'm thinking, right away George Clooney, and then once I found out, I'm like, what? I mean, I'm not saying he's gross looking, but not the sexiest man of the year. Ain't happening. And then there was something else. Polly was telling me so many things, and I was still very groggy. Groggy's the word. And there was something else that was going to go along with this video. Can't remember. Not at all. Cannot remember. So I'll just say one of the things. I mean, I remember all the stories, but I don't remember which was the one. Well, obviously I don't remember them all, because the one that I wanted to put along with this, I don't know what it is. Because anything else that he told me just doesn't seem to flow. So I'll just tell another thing that he told me. So the other day, that grocery store we go to, and I've showed you, and you guys don't have it in your area. And I always say, well, I'm showing you this, you might not have it. And I always wonder, is it worth doing a vlog on it? But there goes my voice, I'm very sorry. It's called having phlegm in your throat from the dryness in your house, and my dental disaster caused permanent harm to my sinus, which causes postnasal drip. I know, TMI, anyhow. But the store we go to, when I do these videos, but I think still, you guys have stores that we don't. And, I watch vlogs where people vlog stores I don't have. My goodness, I'm so sorry. I should have paused it while I did that, sorry. Hope you didn't have earphones on and it was so loud. But anyhow, so it was that store, and when we go there, we usually well, I should, no one knows what the store is. We usually go a certain time. So anyhow, Polly, did I say what happened yet in the store?
No.
Okay. See, I got him lost in the story. He doesn't even know. It wasn't a sure. It wasn't a hard, I don't know. So I think I didn't tell you. But anyhow, as I'm doing this, I'm looking at the bottle of honey thinking, boy, I need some for the vlog. So anyhow, in the store, and I did a video on it. I think it was last Vlogmas or the one before. So right when you go in, like there's a, you know those doors, you go up to the door and they automatically open. Then there's like a, what would be a foyer in a house, but it's like the foyer of a store. It's the beginning part where some stores may have carts. This one in particular doesn't have carts, but most stores have the carts. It's kind of, it's not outside. It's definitely inside. It's all covered, you know, there's big heavy glass windows and all, but you have those two doors opening, one on each side, so it makes it kind of, you know, if it's windy, it's cold. And right there, this is the first year, I think, since, you know what, the world went on the side, they have bell ringers there. So there's a bell ringer there. And in the video, whenever I did a vlog with last year, the year before, I vlogged Polly giving a bit of his money. Mainly just a memory, you know, to show how good a kid I have. So, you know, when I'm real old and gray and hopefully still around, let's knock on that wood, I can look back. I can look back on this wonderful child I have. So anyhow, we were thinking of going to the store the other day, the day this happened. But I was just so exhausted, I thought, just forget it, we'll just do the Insta thing, you know. As much as I hate it, but I couldn't, and it was, I think it was a chillier day. I don't know, or when, I don't know. I just didn't have the energy, basically. That's the bottom line, you know. Just going to the store, gosh, if the, whatchamacallit closed down, what am I saying? I know I didn't fall asleep just now. If my car broke down, that's just more on my body to either keep warm or cold, or not get too warm or cold, which I have no control over. But anyhow, a short story made long right there. So anyhow, but we would have been there around the time when this something happened, which I believe I didn't tell you yet. So literally exactly about the time, and we probably would have stopped, and Polly probably would have asked if I had $1 to give to the bell ringers, and it wouldn't have turned out well. Oh, there's that. Sorry, my finger. And I'm sorry, my God, I cleared my throat again. Forgive me. I can't edit, so like I said, you hear it. I'm going to try to be conscious of that and not do that. So anyhow, what happened that day that we were going to go was a car drove into that front part where the, you know, very thick windows are. I mean, it's a building. It's part of the building. Drove through the building, and did they run over the bell ringer?
They hit the shelves that hit the bell ringer.
Wow. So, wow, my gosh. So it's a building of the store. It's a building. I made it sound like it's outside. It's not outside. It's a part of the building, but they just have the doors where you enter, one on either side. So where the building is the front part, then when you go in, on the front part, there's shelves where they usually highlight, like, you know, what holiday is, those kind of things. Or they might have those log starters or logs. I don't know. I don't have a fireplace. Sorry about my finger again. Or, I don't know. They could have anything there, and I don't know, because we haven't been there in a while. And if last time we went, I'm not observant, but that's where the bell ringer stands. So they hit the building, went through the building, knocked down the shelves that hit the bell ringer. How sad is that? How awful is that? And along with all the things that happen in the world, you always wonder, why do bad things happen to someone who is giving up their time, volunteering, ringing a bell, saying hi to everyone, bye, have a nice day, happy holidays. I think they say happy holidays. They're taking time out of their lives and they get hit by a car that drives through the building of the grocery store. And it happened to be its Tops, just like the one in Buffalo where there was worse things happening. Horrible, horrible, horrible. But I guess, did they say she's going to be okay?
Yeah.
Thank God she's going to be okay. And you know, we're going through, Polly and I, a lot of times I look up in the sky, I say, God, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Have you gone on sabbatical? Are you on vacation? Where are you? But you know what? I always find out God is right there. I always want to read that footprint prayer to you. Hold on, my lips are sticking together. So God was there. God was there. He intervened. Not that he made me feel weaker, but by some divine powers of above, he intervened, because usually when I set my mind to doing that, even now with this, heat and whatever, and in the last couple days getting a little sleep, I really would have pushed myself to go, but I just didn't. I just was really tired, and I don't know, just something in my gut. That was divine intervention. And ironically, this day that I'm mentioning God and how I sometimes wonder, God doesn't do bad things, but he sure does good things, because he definitely intervened in what we were going to do that day, and who knows what would have happened, because we had an incident similar to this, and I think I talked about once in the other grocery store, that night I was really nauseous. This was several years ago, but I remember vlogging about it. And that was when that other store used to sell Edie's mint chocolate chip ice cream. But they stopped years ago, before the world went sideways. So I was so nauseated. At the time, I think I had 3 or 4 kids at home. Or two or 3. I don't know, it doesn't matter. I had kids at home. So I was gonna drive up to the store and get that ice cream. I couldn't take the nausea. I think that's the time when I had it like 9 weeks or so. I don't know. I had it for a long time. I just couldn't take it anymore. It was terrible. So we were gonna go, and we were getting ready to go, and the nausea was so bad. Moving, it got worse and worse, and I'm like, I just can't do it. And I don't know if they had Instacart back then. They might have, but I didn't know about it. So we didn't go. And then I think it was it was the next day's news, I believe. It was kind of late it happened, or it might have been breaking news for the next news. I don't remember the whole. But anyhow, it was a breaking story that in that grocery store, exactly the time we would have been there, and what happened was, in the frozen department, right by the ice cream, how many years ago was this? I'm trying to think. I want to say 5 years ago. I don't know, it doesn't matter. But anyhow, some kid, and I don't know if it was a boyfriend-girlfriend situation or a love triangle situation, but these were high school kids, I believe. They were teenagers. So the one kid went and stabbed a guy teenager stabbed a girl teenager. And I believe, now I don't remember the whole story, I believe another guy teenager stepped in. I don't know, if you go back in my videos, I don't know what it's called. You could probably look up the story the way it really went, but I'm trying to remember. But many people just stood there and stared, as, that's our society. So we wonder why our society is so cold and cruel, and why everything's going bad. Years ago, our society was already crumbling. But anyhow, the story of that was, I don't know why it made sense to talk about after, I guess, because something else happened in a grocery store and innocent people were, hurt. And I guess with me shaking my head about God, like, where are you? God is there. Because I was heck bent on going to that store to get that ice cream because that really helps my nausea. But my nausea got worse. And I just thought, until I get the kids and everything in the car, and it was later in the evening, it was pretty late. That's why I think it wasn't on the news. It's between 9 and 11 it happened, so our news is on at 11 at night, the last news. But anyhow, we would have been right there. And again, we dodged, I don't know if you could say that word, the thing that goes and the thing that goes, pow. We dodged that, not literally, but the thing about it, the kid didn't come in the store with a knife. He just took it off the shelf, opened it up, and used it. Can you imagine? And used it. And the girl got a lot of damage. I believe something happened to her eye. I do not remember if she lost her eye or not, but it was horrible. It was just a horrible thing that happened. So, if you're ever doubting God, He's there. He really is. Like I said, the footprint prayer, if you have time to look it up, that's when you see when you're at your lowest low, or you look back at something and, when you're thinking, where are you, God? He's there. He's carrying you through those hard times. I've yet to feel that as a whole, what we're going through right now. But I know He's there. So when you're going through hard times, which I talked about the other day about, I think it was the 6th day of Vlogmas, that, did I even say Vlogmas or Christmas? I don't even know. I'm having a bad day here. But anyhow, if you're missing chair, you're missing people, know that God is carrying you through all this. Because He really is there, even though you don't think. And since I'm on the subject, which I talked a little about the other day because I thought I couldn't talk on October, geez, where's my brain? December 8th, I talked about that was the day, the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, and that was the day that I lost not my first child, the first baby that I lost. And it was a horrible time, and we had a play at the Sunday school where my kids went in my language, and they were going to do the scene of, the manger, the baby Jesus, and all that, and everyone had known I was pregnant, and there I was going to sit, and people were going to see me and congratulate me, and one of my best friends said, no, you should not go, you should come stay with me. And I said, I can't, I have to watch, my kids are in the play. And she says, no, you don't have to. You don't have to. She always said, you just do too much. And I guess in hindsight, maybe I did. I never took a break from me, but I had to be there for my kids. So that was another moment when God was carrying me. Because people were coming up, oh, congratulations. And, I had lost the baby. This was a day after that I lost the baby. And I went to this thing, all cramping and bleeding and disgusting. And the emotional part, there's not even words to describe it. But God was there carrying me through that. So know that God is there and He carries you through. And that's the most important part. Yes, you need other people. It takes a village. It does. It really does. And when you're going through hard times, if you don't have a support system like I don't have, it's hard. So I lean on God. Like I say, sometimes I think He's not there, but then in hindsight, I realize He is. So during this holiday season, and especially during, the celebration you have and the thinking of that empty chair, no, He is there. And thank goodness the woman who was doing the bell ringing is okay. And there's so many bad things happening in our world. it really gets scary to even go out. I mean, I'm thinking twice about, I actually was thinking if somehow we would attempt to go to Walmart, because I had begged and begged his father to bring us and he never would. But I was watching a video and they were talking about all these Walmart bad things that were happening with the, the thing that you put the thing in, then it goes boom, bam, not boom. Boom's a bad thing, but the pow pow thing. A lot of that's happening in Walmart, so I'm not sure if it's really worth the risk, which is sad. I'm still trying to figure out the trial thing, the trial of the delivery at Walmart, because they really have cheaper prices, and I'd like to be able to somehow, I can't get a lot, I don't know if there's a big limit or how you do it, but I don't think we're going to risk the car, the weather, everything, the crazy people all over the world, and they're just getting crazier by the moment. But on this 8th day of Vlogmas, this December 8th, the Feast of Immaculate Conception, is always a hard year for me. And it's just going to be extra hard. So when your extra hard day comes, know that God is there for you. Know that you're not alone. You could even be surrounded by people and you may feel alone, but He is there. He's always there. I know some of my vlogs are kind of mushy here in Vlogmas, and they're not the ones from last year, so I tell you to go back to last year's vlogs. I had a lot of really good ones, and I was planning to do that this year, but it's just, I just can't pull it out of me, and I'm really sorry about that. So for now, if you stuck with me to this end, thanks a lot. If you didn't, I'll never know. But anyhow, I hope you're having fun during the season, getting your stuff done. And again, don't worry if you don't get it all done or whatever you gotta do. It's not the end of the world. So for now, be the reason someone smiles. Be kind to people you don't know what they're going through. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. Don't forget to share our channel. Don't forget to share our GoFundMe. Now more than ever, we need people to donate in our GoFundMe. Because of the shenanigans are like funny, so I don't call it shenanigans. Because of the games that are being played with the financial part of our life. And Polly still needs his syringes, and he still needs his Pediasure, and he still needs to eat, and he still needs his other supplies. And it's just getting harder and harder. Because why? Because let's not talk about him. But anyhow, so if you can do that, we'd greatly appreciate it. And for now, again, if you made this far, thanks. If you didn't, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again. And now my finger is so arthritically frozen, so I don't know how I'm going to shut this off. My goodness. We shall try. If not, you can just walk away. It's okay if you made it this far. Thanks for watching. Bye.